It depends on when you talk to me. If you talk to me at 8:00 at night after several cocktails, I'm big on projects and I want to do stuff. And then I wake up at fucking 6:15 in the morning with the dog wanting to walk up. Fuck that. I don't want to do any of that. I wrote down a bunch of notes last night of all these things I'm going to do. And then I wake up going, no, I like this laying on the couch shit way more than all those projects.
I remember when the pandemic first hit and they were just canceling months. Remember in the beginning? They would just,
at the beginning.
We're just going to
listen to this. At the beginning, I was the last show in Seattle. They closed that down, and this is the routing I had was Seattle to Baltimore to Boston back to San Francisco for 3 days. And as I'm flying to each of these places, before the show, fucking the governor comes on the TV, says no more crowds more than 250 people. Magoobies let it slide. They go, well, we'll probably have a lot of no-shows anyway. We're 350, but it'll probably be 250 with the no-shows. We did that show. I fly to Boston. The governor, as I'm landing, no more shows. They cancel. I fly to San Francisco. They go, we're going into lockdown. I got my last flight to Vegas. I wasn't even playing there. I was just going to see Hennigan, the Scotsman, and the fucking governor comes on and says, okay, Vegas is shutting down. Everyone has to be out of their hotels tomorrow by noon. And then it was just fucking dominoes chasing me of fucking governors shutting everything down before I got home. So,
Mark, fucking crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was fucking science fiction. Like everywhere I'm going, it's getting worse. Like I was making jokes in Seattle. I was telling people to fucking lick their neighbor like a trust fall. I shook every hand. I didn't take it seriously whatsoever. That was like March 7th.
Speaking of Seattle, do you remember when I drove you to the gig in the trailer and it was snowing when we had the dog? You wrote a bit about it that the dog was holding you for support. Do you remember I had the fucking camper, and you came to visit me? I opened up to you New Year's.
I remember doing New Year's Eve with you when I was dating Christine Hodge, and you were with the girl. Carol. I forget her. Carol, yeah.
I talked.
Yeah, that was before you moved to LA, right?
Yeah, she said to say hello to you.
Oh yeah, she was great.
I'm godfather to her first son. They're down in Florida, living it up down there.
And speaking of, I want to apologize because of the Me Too era. I did take a naked photograph of you, and now I need to reflect and apologize. Okay. Remember that naked picture? I'm sure I still have it somewhere in the crawl space.
Yeah,
you in front of the bunk beds going and I understand now there was a power dynamic. You were staying at my house. I shouldn't have put you in an uncomfortable position just because you had a giant fucking cock. And I feel bad about that. And if I ever find that picture, I'll post my apology with the picture on Twitter.
I wish you do. I felt so empty and lost. I almost joined Bikram yoga after I got naked for you. It was a toss-up between Bikram and Scientology. That's how fucking susceptible I was. Get the fuck out of here. I showed everybody my dick those days. Everybody,
you were just coming out of the shower. And you're like, get out, your fucking towel off.
I think I even showed your mom my dick one day or my balls at the comedy store. And she was those are some balls. Because I did a one-man show and she came with Selena and Jody and Gentry and Marilyn Martinez was there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget that. I go, Bonnie earmuffs, what are you saying? And Marilyn goes, is that Doug Stanhope's mother? Oh, my God, Doug, I love him. Because they were both cats. You know, Marilyn had like 9 cats. And then your mom had like 9 cats. So God rest his soul. Marilyn and your mother started talking. It was a fucking great night.
Who was that fucking crazy neighbor girl that lived on the same floor at Curacao in the corner?
The German girl with her blonde girlfriend.
Yeah, there was 2 girls, and I think you were doing heroin with one of them.
Yes, the blonde one.
Yeah,
the tall German girl. We had snorted heroin a couple times. Listen, it wasn't that I was into heroin. It was that she was hot. She was another one that took advantage of me because she was hot and she gave me the heroin and she made me do it, Doug. And then she made me eat her pussy. I felt so fucking violated. I've never felt this violated in my life.
We'll start a support group.
Yes. She made me snort heroin with her, and then she made me eat her pussy.
I just thought of that because the fucking story that will never die is my Joey Jingles story. I asked you when I was so fucked up on Rogan's podcast. I did mushrooms going into his podcast. And then I started drinking. And then as the mushrooms are kicking in, I go, oh, I can handle some fucking Joe Rogan weed. I don't smoke weed. And then I smoked that and I was fucked. It was like the drug scene in Midnight Cowboy.
Let me tell you something. My feelings got so hurt. I was so hurt that you said that I stole your fucking jingle jar or whatever. Then people started calling me Joey Jingles. And I'm like, out of all the things I stole in my life, I've robbed fucking houses, cars. I've put people in trunks of cars. And you fucking accusing me of a fucking jar, robbing a jar full of coins.
I was just high and I remember thinking, I wonder if, I remember this is like 1996, and I remember well, who would just take my change jar? And then I thought, well, because, the heroin, I don't know. Like when you hear about heroin, you think, oh, people go to depraved states. Maybe he needed heroin money. And what happened is right after that came out, that same girl, Evan, called me up and said, oh, yeah, that was probably this guy. She brought a guy to my house when I was on the road, and he was like a sketchy fucking street urchin guy. And she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he stole that. And I'm like, well, and I've said that, but I can't kill that story. I can't kill the Joey Jingle story, though
leave it alone.
It's already been talked to.
It's already been fucking. Who cares? I've been accused of a lot of things. I'm a man of many accusations. But I never bought the heroin. She always bought the heroin.